After the debacle that was Love is Blind season 5, I have been skeptical about what to expect out of this franchise. But you know what? With Love is Blind Sweden, I'm here for it. And I'm gonna watch it. They knew what they were doing with this long Martin Luther King weekend. I'm gonna sit down, sip tea, eat my popcorn, and watch it. And in this video, I'm going to talk about some of my expectations, which, newsflash, they're pretty low, of this season. So first and foremost, I'm just surprised. I'm very surprised that they went with Love is Blind Sweden. As far as my expectations, first and foremost, diversity. Sweden is known as, or maybe the stereotype is with Sweden, is that it's more homogenous in comparison to a lot of other European nations. And in my head, I'm just expecting a bunch of tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. I will assume that they'll throw in one diversity person, you know, the token. But I'm also intrigued to understand if there's any dialects that is, you know, that they'll easily pick up on in the pods. And for those of you who have not watched Love is Blind Brazil, you might not know what I'm talking about. That's the one thing that irks me in that spinoff, is just that because their dialects are very distinct and are very tied to where you were born and your socioeconomic standing, it was very easy for the other people in the pods to figure out all of that information and make certain assumptions. So I'm really intrigued to see if with Swedish, if that's something that will happen. But ultimately, I anticipate that there's not going to be much diversity. My second prediction is that this group of people in the pods are going to be older than what we've seen in the other spinoffs. And I say this because in Europe, there is this sort of stereotype that people tend to marry later on in life. And so I don't really see Europeans, let alone Swedish people, in the age range of like 18 and 25 going on this show, which honestly, that's a good thing. I feel very weird when I see young people on this show just trying to make it in life. I mean, hey, it's worked, but I would just prefer a bit older, more well-adjusted people. And this actually leads to my third prediction, in that the people in Love is Blind Sweden will be a bit more mature. A little bit because they're older, but also because in Sweden, they just have a higher standard of living. They have better education. And so that's what I assume is what we'll see. But at the end of the day, people who actually make it onto the show, you know, will probably be for ratings. And so we'll see about that. But ultimately, I think the people on Love is Blind Sweden will be a bit more mature and well-adjusted. My fourth prediction is that the cast of this season will be more financially stable. I don't know where they found some of these people from the US Love is Blind who either don't have a job or are in like a whole bunch of debt or just don't know how to budget. But because Sweden is one of the most expensive countries in the world, and they have some of the highest standards of living, and so I just assume that the people on this show, all of them will probably be making 100K plus. And my fifth and final prediction is that we'll be able to see more Swedish culture. And I'm really excited about that, just because, especially as someone from the United States, I unfortunately look at Europe sometimes as a monolith, which I know for sure that it is extremely diverse, extremely different all around. But I think this will be a really great platform for the world to see how are some Swedish people like, and how do Swedish people on the show approach love and relationships. And that's something that I thoroughly enjoyed and found intriguing when I was watching Love is Blind Brazil, because trust me, if you haven't watched the other installments, the other countries, it's very interesting to see those slight differences, even when these people are in pods of how they approach finding love and making a match. So with that, I'm really excited to watch Love is Blind Sweden. I'm going to be doing reviews as well as commentary on every episode. So stick with me, guys. I'm really excited, especially because I don't have anybody to talk with. I really don't. I like, that is the main reason why I started this video, is because I don't have friends who keep up with this show like I do. And I don't have people in my circle that I can really just have these one-on-one conversations. So if you have your own predictions about this season, feel free to like, subscribe, come up in my comments respectfully, and let's get the conversation going. Anyways, thanks guys so much. Have a great day. Bye.